Mindfulness of mind, Cittānupassanā. In meditation, the anchor is what we return to whenever attention drifts. It is the steady point that keeps awareness grounded. Most traditions begin with the breath as the main anchor because it is tangible, rhythmic, and ever-present. A simple way to steady the mind in the here and now. When an organization or teacher says that the breath is the main anchor, they are describing this foundational practice, cultivating awareness through breathing and bodily presence. But as practice deepens, the mind itself can become the anchor. This shift leads to a subtler, more introspective awareness. Observing not just what we feel, but how the mind is functioning. From breath to mind as the anchor. To have the mind as the anchor means to rest awareness in the very space of consciousness. To observe thoughts, moods, and mental qualities as they arise and pass away. Rather than concentrating on a single physical object like the breath, we cultivate insight into the mind's nature itself. There are several traditional and modern ways this has been expressed. 1. Mindfulness of mind, Cittānupassanā, from the Cittānupassanā Sutta. In early Buddhist teachings, this is the third and the fourth four foundations of mindfulness. Here, the meditator observes the state and qualities of the mind directly. Is the mind distracted or concentrated, contracted or expanded, possessed by desire, hatred, or delusion, or free from them, clear or clouded? The aim is not to control or fix the mind, but to know it clearly. Awareness itself becomes the anchor. Steady, knowing, and non-reactive. Examples of recognition. There is a restless mind. Now the mind is calm. Now the mind is filled with desire. Now the mind is clear and open. Through this simple knowing, insight deepens into impermanence, unsatisfactoriness, and not self. 2. Self-inquiry, Atma Vichara, from Advaita Vedanta. In the non-dual Vedantic tradition, this is expressed as tracing the mind back to its source with the question, who am I? Or who do these thoughts, or to whom do these thoughts arise? Here, the mind as anchor means returning again and again to the behind the mind. The witnessing consciousness from which thoughts emerge and into which they dissolve. By resting attention in this pure awareness, identification with thoughts weakens, revealing clarity and peace. 3. Choiceless awareness, metacognitive mindfulness in modern teachings. Modern mindfulness and teachers like J. Krishnamurti speak of observing thoughts itself, as if standing at the riverbank watching the river of thinking flow by. Here awareness is anchored in openness, not in any one object. We do not judge, select, or control thoughts. We simply see them as movements within the field of consciousness. This anchoring in unanchored awareness develops deep equanimity and freedom from compulsive thinking. 4 Foundations of Mindfulness, Cittānupassanā Sutta. The Buddha's Cittānupassanā Sutta outlines 4 primary domains for cultivating mindfulness, known as the 4 Foundations of Mindfulness. Cittānupassanā means establishment of mindfulness. Cittānupassanā, contemplation of the mind, observing the body as it is, breathing, posture, movements, and the elements that compose it. This includes mindfulness of breathing, anapanasati, often the beginner's anchor. Cittānupassanā, contemplation of feelings, sensations, observing sensations as pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral, noticing their impermanence and the tendency to cling or resist. Cittānupassanā, contemplating the mind, mindfulness of the mind qualities, whether distracted or focused, dull or bright, grasping or free. This is mindfulness with the mind as the main anchor. Dhammanupassana, contemplation of phenomena, mental objects, observing broader mental patterns and teachings, such as the 5 hindrances, the 7 factors of awakening, and the 4 noble truths as they arise within experience. Summary table. The foundation, focus, anchor, and purpose. Cittānupassanā is body, breath sensations, grounding presence, stability. Cittānupassanā, feelings, pleasant, unpleasant tones, understanding, reactivity. Cittānupassanā, mind, states of mind, awareness itself, insight into consciousness. Dhammanupassana, mental phenomena, teachings and processes, wisdom and liberation. Essence. Breath as anchor grounds awareness in the body, cultivating calm and stability. Mind as anchor grounds awareness in awareness itself, cultivating insight and freedom. In mindfulness of mind, Cittānupassanā, the meditator rests in knowing the mind as it is, not controlling or judging, simply recognizing this is the mind in this moment. Through this gentle yet clear seeing, the practitioner begins to experience the spacious, luminous quality of consciousness that underlies all experience. Guided practice, mindfulness of mind, Cittānupassanā. Establish a posture of ease and alertness. Sit comfortably with the spine upright but not rigid. Let the body settle and take a few natural breaths. Feel the simple presence of sitting here. 2. Begin with awareness of the breath. Notice the sensations of breathing, the rising and falling over the abdomen or chest. Let the mind quiet naturally by staying with the breath for a few moments. Shift awareness to the mind itself. Gently turn attention inward towards the quality of the mind right now. Ask silently, what is the state of the mind in this moment? 4. Observing without judging. Simply note what is present. The mind might be calm or restless, clear or cloudy, focused or scattered. Acknowledge each condition with gentle clarity. Restless mind, calm mind, dull mind, bright mind. Notice change. Watch how each state shifts, fades, or transforms. The mind that was restless becomes calm. Calm becomes dull. Dull becomes alert again. All mental states are impermanent, appearing and disappearing like clouds in the sky. Rest in knowing. Instead of identifying with each state, recognize the awareness that knows them all. Rest in that simple knowing, the clear, spacious awareness that remains unchanged as the contents of the mind come and go. 7. Return gently when distracted. If the mind drifts into stories or judgments, simply note thinking and return to awareness itself. The act of returning is itself the training. 8. Close with reflection. At the end of the meditation, acknowledge what you have